Namaste friends, welcome back to my channel. Friends, in my series of long danglers, today again I have brought to you these gorgeous earrings. You can see the length of these danglers and you can see these beads hanging down, just giving a look of the flowers hanging down in a garden, and thus I have named these earrings as hanging garden earrings. So this is my hanging garden earring in this gorgeous ruby red color, and one more colorways that I have already made is this classic white color that you can team up with any of your attire, the attire in any color. And in today's video, we are going to make this gorgeous hanging garden earring in this blue color. So let us see what all material do we need to make our hanging garden earring in this gorgeous blue color. Friends, for making our hanging garden earring in this gorgeous blue color, we are going to use these 11 seed beads. These are Miyuki frosted opaque glazed rainbow nebula blue 11 Then I'm using these 11 These are Miyuki duracoat galvanized champagne 11 and 15 in the same color. These are Miyuki duracoat galvanized champagne 15 Here I'm going to use the pearls in white color. They are in three different sizes. This one is in 3 mm size, this is in 4 mm, and this is in 6 mm. Here I'm using these 4 mm bicones in Montana color and this drop bead of size 12 by 8 mm in sapphire color. I'll be working with KO thread and size 12 beading needle. And friends, I will be using this earpost stud that I have shown you in my previous video. This is my square dazzled earpost stud, and you can see this is in square shape, and I'll be using this as my earpost stud for my hanging garden earring. So I will drop the link of the video tutorial in the description box and also on the I box or on the top of the video. You can check it out, make the stud, and then proceed further with our hanging garden earring. So these are the materials we are going to use. Let's get started. Now for making the center part of our hanging garden earring, we are going to bezel our 12 Rivoli crystal in sapphire color. And here for bezeling this, we are going to use beauty stitch. Here I have picked up 28 11 nebula blue. So I'm counting these 11 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 24 and 28. So these are 28 11 and now I'm bringing these down towards the end of my thread, and here I'm tying a double knot like this, just pulling it tight. And here is our ring, and now I'm passing through all these 11 and pulling in the tail in between these 11 like this. Just to secure my knot and into these three 11 So this is our ring, and now we are going to start with the first round of beauty. So here I have picked up one 11 and as I'm exiting through this 11 I'm going to skip the second one and pass through the third one like this. Again picking up one 11 nebula blue, skipping the second one into the third one like this, picking up one 11 nebula blue. Here I'm exiting through this 11 so I'm skipping the second one and into the third one. So here you can see the 11 rows that I just added are sitting on the ones that I skipped in between, and our ring has divided into two rows. The one has gone down, the one is in the middle, and the one that I just added is on the top here. So we have 3 rows of 11 rows now after adding these 11 rows. 1, 2 and 3. So here I'll be adding these 11 rows all through this round and come back. And here I'm adding my last 11 of this round. I'm exiting through this 11 row. I'm going to skip this one and into the next one like this, and stepping up into the first 11 row that I added in this round. So here you can see the look after completing this round. And now here we have 3 rows of 11 rows, 1, 2 and 3. Now I'm going to add the fourth row. So for this I'm picking up one 11O nebula blue and into the next 11O nebula blue that I added in this round. Again picking up one 11O nebula blue into the next 11O nebula blue. Here I'm not going to skip any bead. I'm just going to add one 11O in between the 11Os that I have added in the previous round. So this way I'm going to add all 11Os all through this round. And now here I'm adding my last 11O of this round like this, stepping up into the first 11O that I added in this round. And now I'm pulling my thread tight, and here is our bezel ring. And here as I'm exiting through this 11O, now you can see we have added 4 rows of 11Os, 1, 2, 3 and 4 rows of 11Os. Now I'm going to add the 5th row. So for this I'm picking up one 11O nebula blue into this 11O, picking up one 11O nebula blue into the next 11O that I added in the last round, picking up one 11O nebula blue into the 11O added in the last round. So this way I'm going to add 11Os all through this round. And this is the last 11O of this round, and stepping up into the first 11O that I added in this round. So you can see our bezel ring, and now you can see we have added 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 rows of 11O. Now after adding 5 rows of 11Os, I'm going to add my 15Os. So I'm picking up one 15O champagne into the next 11O nebula blue, picking up second 15O into the next 11O, next 15O into the next 11O. So here in this round I'm going to add 15O champagne all through this round. And this is the last 15O champagne of this round, like this, stepping up into the first 15O champagne that I added in this round. After completing this round, this is the look. And now here after completing this round, let us first cut the tail off. And you can see right now I'm exiting through this 15O champagne. I'm going to move into the next 15O champagne without adding any bead. And now after passing through this 15O champagne, I'm picking up one 15O champagne into these two 15O champagne together and creating the picot stitch over it like this, down through this 11O nebula blue into the next two 15O champagne together, again picking up one 15O champagne back into the 215 champagne like this, down through this 11 nebula blue into the next 215 champagne together, chain picking up 115 champagne and into the 215 champagne together like this. So this way I'm going to add the picker stitch over these 15 champagne all through this round. And here I'm adding my last 15 champagne to this last pair of 15 champagne like this. We have created this picker stitch and down through this 11 nebula blue, and here I'm going to place my Rivoli crystal into this case very gently, and you can see the look from the front. And now as I'm exiting through this 11 nebula blue, moving down through this next 11 nebula blue into this next 11 nebula blue, and now into this 11 blue just below this one like this. And now we are going to close the bezel case. So for this I'm picking up 115 champagne into the 11 again picking up 115 champagne into the next 11 nebula blue, picking up 115 champagne into the next 11 nebula blue. This way I'm going to add 15 champagne all through this round. Here I'm adding my last 15 champagne like this, stepping up into the first 15 champagne that I added in this round. Now picking up one 11 nebula blue into the next 215 champagne together like this. Again picking up one 11 nebula blue into the next 215 champagne together. Now we are closing the bezel case, so we will be decreasing the number of beads to be added in the round. So here again I have added 11 nebula blue, so this way I'm going to add 11 nebula blue in the pattern 111 skip the bead, 111 skip the bead, and I will be doing this all through this round. Now picking up my last 11 nebula blue and into the next 215s together like this, stepping up into the first 11 nebula blue, and now picking up one 11 champagne into the next 11 nebula blue, picking up one 11 champagne into the next 11 nebula blue, and in this round I'm adding these 11 champagne in between the 11 nebula blue, and I will be doing this all through this round. And this is the last 11 of this round. You can see the look after completing this round. Stepping up into the first 11 champagne. Now I'm going to add all 15 champagne in this round. So I'm picking up 115 champagne into the next 11. Again picking up 115 champagne into the next 11 champagne. Again picking up 115 champagne into the next 11 champagne. This way I'm going to add 15 champagne all through this round. This is the last 15 champagne of this round into the next 11 champagne. Stepping up into the first 15 champagne added in this round, and now I'm going to pass through all these 15 rows without adding any bead. As I'm going to close the case here. So we have to pass through all these 15 rows. We are going to take 2 to 3 passes through all these 15 rows just to close the bezel case and bring these 15 rows closer. So here we have closed our bezel case, and as I'm exiting through this 15 champagne, I'm moving up through the 11 champagne, 11 nebula blue, through the 11 through 15 champagne, and the next 11 nebula blue into this next 11 nebula blue into the next 11 nebula blue. So here you can see right now I'm exiting through 1, 2, 3, third 11 from the back, third 11 nebula blue from the back, and from the front also. This is the third one, the first 11 nebula blue, second and third. So right now I'm exiting through this third 11, that is the third row of 11, and here we are going to add our embellishment on this edge. So as I'm exiting through this 11 nebula blue, I'm going to pick up 3 15 champagne and pass through this next 11 nebula blue like this. Again picking up 3 15 champagne into the next 11 nebula blue, picking up 3 15 champagne and into the next 11 nebula blue. So this way I'm going to add the sets of these 3 15s all through this round. This is the last set of 15 champagne that I'm adding in this round, and you can see the look from the back, from the front after completing this round. And here I'm stepping up into the first 215 champagne, and now picking up one 4 bicone into the next 15 champagne, one 3 pearl into the next 15 champagne, the middle one of the next set, next 4 bicone into the next 15 champagne, one 3 pearl into the next 15 champagne. So here I am adding one bicone, one 3 pearl, one 4 bicone, and one 3 pearl, and I will be doing this all through this round. And this is the last bead of this set, which is my 3 pearl. You can see the look from the back and from the front. And here I'm stepping up into the first 4 bicone that I added in this round, and now I'm picking up one 15 champagne into the 3 pearl, again picking up one 15 champagne into the 4 bicone, picking up one 15 champagne into the 3 pearl. This way I'm going to add 15 champagne all through this round. This is the last 15 champagne of this round and into the 4 bike. And this is the look after completing this round. And now stepping up into the first 15 champagne that I added in this round, flipping it towards the front side and champagne. I'm picking up 115 champagne, 111 nebula blue and 115 champagne. The set of these three beads, and here you can see this 11 nebula blue just in front of these beads, just underneath this set of 15 and I'm going to pass through this 11 nebula blue, holding and up through these three beads together, back into the 15 champagne and into the 3 pearl and the next 15 champagne, like this. Again I'm picking up 115 champagne, 111 nebula blue and 115 champagne, the set of these three beads, and this 11 nebula blue just underneath the set of these three 15s, like this, up through the three beads that I have added just now, like this, into the 15 champagne, the 4 bicon and the next 15 champagne. Again picking up the set of same three beads, the 15 champagne, 11 nebula blue and 15 champagne, into this 11 nebula blue just underneath the set of these three 15s, up through the three beads together, like this, into the 15 champagne, the 3 pearl and the next 15 champagne, like this. So you can see I have added the set of these three beads and I'll be doing this all through this round. And now I'm adding my last set of three beads, 115 champagne, 111 nebula blue and 115 champagne, and into this 11 nebula blue, up through the 3 beads, the 15 11 and the 15 back into this 15 champagne, the 4 bicon and the next 15 champagne, like this. So you can see the look after completing this round. And as I'm exiting through this 15 champagne, I'm going to pick up 3 15 champagne into this 15 champagne, like this, into the 3 pearl, and the next 15 champagne. Again I'm picking up 3 15 champagne, back into the 15 champagne at the bottom, and here I'm creating this picot stitch over this 15 into the 4 bicon, and the next 15 champagne, like this. Again picking up 3 15 champagne into the 15 champagne, the 3 pearl and the next 15 champagne. So here you can see I have added this picot stitch over the 15s added in between these pearls and the bicones, and I will be doing this all through this round. And this is the last set of 15 rows that I'm adding in this round, like this. And you can see the look after completing this round. And now stepping up into the first 15 row champagne of this pico stitch that I just added, like this. And here I have this bicone over here, so I'm going to pick up 3 15 row champagne and pass through this 15 row. Here we have 4 15 rows, and I'm going to pass through this 15 row like this, up through the opposite 15 row, skipping the bottom one and into the opposite one, like this. Now, as I have to add the 15 rows round this 3 pearl, so I'm going to pick up only 2 15 rows to add around the 3 pearl. So I'm picking up to 15 row champagne down through this 15 row of this picot stitch, like this, skipping the bottom one and into this last one over here, like this. Now I have reached the bicone, so I'm going to pick up 3 15 rows for the bicone, again down through this 15 row of this picot stitch, skipping the bottom one up through the opposite 15 row, like this. And now I have to add 15 rows round the 3 pearl, so I'm picking up only 2 15 rows down through this 15 row, skipping the bottom 15 row up through the next one, like this. So this way I'm going to add 15 rows round the bicones and the 3 pearl. So round the 4 bicone we have to add 3 15 rows, round the 3 pearl we have to add 2 15 rows, and I will be doing this all through this round. And this is the last pair of 15 rows that I'm going to add around this 3 pearl into this 15 row up through the 15 row champagne, like this. And you can see the look after completing this round. And now stepping up into this 15 row champagne, I'm going to add my earpost stud. So this is the earpost stud that I'm going to add, and as I'm exiting through this 15 row champagne, I'm picking up one 11 row champagne, and this way keeping these into the 11 row champagne, again picking up one 11 row champagne into this 15 row champagne of this center component of our hanging garden earring, up through the 11 row champagne into the 11 row champagne, down through this 11 row champagne, and now I'm picking up one 15 row champagne into this 15 row champagne, at the bottom, picking up 115 champagne up through the 11 champagne like this, into the 11 champagne, down through these two beads into this 15 champagne at the bottom. So here we have attached our earpost stud, and after exiting through this 15 champagne, moving down through these two 15 champagne at the bottom, like this, and into the bicon. After exiting through the 15 champagne into the 4 bicon, the next 15 champagne like this, into the 3 pearl, and the next 15 champagne like this. So here, after adding the ear poster on this top here, I have passed through one bicon and one pearl, and I'm going to pass through the next set, this next bicon. This is the second bicon and the second pearl and the 15, and into the third bicon and the 15 champagne, and third pearl and the 15 champagne. So in all, I have passed through 6 beads after adding this ear poster. So we added this ear poster here. I have passed through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 beads together in all. And right now I'm exiting through this 15 champagne. So stepping up into this 15, into this 15, and here I'm going to add my drops. So for adding the drop, the first layer of drops, here I have picked up 2 11 champagne, 1 3 pearl, 1 15 champagne, 4 bicon, 1 15 champagne, 1 3 pearl, 1 11 champagne, 1 6 pearl and 1 11 champagne. So these are 10 beads that I have picked up. I'm bringing these down, and I'm going to skip this 11 champagne and moving up through all the rest of the beads like this, and back into this 15 champagne, into the 15 at the bottom here, into this 15 of this picker stitch. After ending this layer of drops, as I'm exiting through this 15 champagne into the 15 added around the bicon, down through this 15 champagne, up through this 15 champagne on the opposite side of this picker stitch, into the 15 champagne here. Just keep your thread loose here, a little loose, so that it dangles. Now, as I'm exiting through this 15 champagne, I'm going to add the middle layer, which is the longer layer. And for this, I'm picking up. Now for the center layer, the middle layer, I have picked up 2 11 champagne, 1 3 pearl, 1 15 champagne, 4 bicon, 1 15 champagne, then 1 3 pearl, 1 11 champagne, 4 pearl, 1 15, 4 bicon, 1 15, 4 pearl, and 1 11 champagne. So I have picked up these beads and I'm bringing these down. And after adding these sets of beads, I am picking up my drop bead and 1 11 champagne, and I'm bringing these down like this and skipping the drop over here, moving up this 11 champagne. I'm moving up through all the beads that I have added here like this, moving up through the sets of these beads. These 15s, the bicon, the 3 pearl, and the 11s. So this was the center, the middle layer of drops, and here into this 15, sorry, from this side I'm going to pass through this 15 champagne like this. So here we have added 2 layers of a drop. Now after adding this layer, I'm exiting through this 15 champagne down through this 15 champagne up through this opposite 15 of this picot stitch. Now into these two 15s and into this one, we are going to add the third layer of our drops. So as I'm exiting through this 15 moving up through this one and into this 15 of the picot stitch. Now I'm going to add the same set of beads to this 15. So here is my set of 10 beads, 2 11, 1 3 pearl and 15, 1 4 bicon and 15, 3 pearl, 11, 6 pearl and 11, and I'm bringing these down and skipping the 11, moving up into the rest of the pearls, the 11s, the 15s, 15, and these beads like this into this 15 champagne. Just keep it a little loose so that it tangles beautifully, and down through this 15 champagne into the 15 champagne like this. So here we have added these layers, and now after exiting through this 15 into the 4 bicon, this 15 at the bottom, down through this 15 champagne into the 11 nebula blue, into these two 11s, the 15, the 11, and here I'm tying a knot between this 11 and the 15 champagne. like this into this 11 champagne, 11 on nebula blue, just taking a pass through a couple of beads to secure my thread. Like this. And now I'm cutting the thread off, and here is our hanging garden earring. So friends, here we have completed our gorgeous hanging garden earring in this blue color. You can see the length of this earring, and you can see the look, how gorgeous it looks. And let us just take a quick look over the other colorways that I have already shown you in the beginning of the video. This gorgeous ruby red color and the classic white color. So these are the colorways that I have made, and I'm sure you are going to love making these earrings. These are very, very easy to make earrings, and they will definitely look very gorgeous. And of course, you are going to look very gorgeous when you will team up these earrings with your attires. So friends, if you like my designs and my tutorials, please do subscribe to my channel, and please don't forget to press the bell icon so that you may get notified when I'll upload my next videos. Thank you and namaste.